Hello, friends. Pro-life leader Frank Pavone here, National Director of Priests for Life, bringing you my daily diary segment, this time covering Sunday, July 2nd through Thursday, July 6th of 2023. What did I do these days? Well, on Sunday the 2nd, after starting with some early work here in my office, I got an early ride to the Orlando airport because I flew then up to New York, Westchester County, to be specific, to visit with my family for the July 4th week. So I did some work, as I usually do, in the car, on the plane, there at the airport at the gate. Emails having to do with preparing for some advertising that we are purchasing, preparing for the upcoming CareNet conference later this summer. Getting some more exposure for our This Is My Body video, working on the Ohio situation where there's that pro-abortion ballot initiative. Research on election-related materials that I'm having my team do, finalizing an opinion piece, preparing for some tapings and preparing for appeals to some foundations. Now, this kind of work on the computer was distributed at different times of the day, but once I got to New York, went to see my mom, and we visited there for a while there at the house. Then, in preparation for the July 4th holiday, I went to the store in the afternoon to pick up some needed items for our celebration, and got back and continued visiting, and then in the evening did something that I often like to do after we had dinner with my mom and my brother and finished the day with them. I went over to the amusement park where I grew up, Playland, Rye Playland. Many of you are familiar, I'm sure, and took just a relaxing visit there as people were enjoying the park on that pre-4th of July Sunday evening. So that was nice, refreshing, a lot of good memories there every time I go. Monday, the 3rd of July, I was there again at home with my mom and visiting, and also doing some preparations again for the celebration of the 4th, where we always have some guests over at the house. So I got more things ready, some cleaning up to do for that. As far as work at my computer, I had spot taping to prepare, media promotions to arrange, again finalizing some details about some upcoming advertising that we're doing, some communications with President Trump's campaign team, and also the use of some prayers I recently wrote for blessings of a pregnancy center, of an ultrasound machine, getting those made available to priests around the country. And so between that and meals at home, and my mom and also my brother, and preparations for July 4th, that took the whole day of Monday, July the 3rd. Then, of course, the 4th of July, one of my favorite holidays. Did some work in the morning in regard to social media and getting some good messages out there, doing some tapings. I'm sure those of you who follow me saw that, and I like to walk there across the street from the house where the public high school is, and that's also where they shoot off the fireworks on the 4th of July. Did some little bit of work that I had to do in preparation for some upcoming trips and the CareNet conference, but other than that, we welcomed the guests over to the house later on, and we had a nice 4th of July barbecue and more visiting with the family, and then the town fireworks right across the street at night. So many people from all around the town come and gather, and it's pretty crowded scene, and we always enjoy it. We were able to watch the fireworks right from our front yard. On the 5th of July, my staff was back at the office. I remained up there in Westchester. So I had some early meetings with them, administrative phone calls, staff briefing, and so on, to get their work situated for the day. And also then, of course, visiting more with my mom there at home. On the computer, had work to do in regard to a decision that had come out about free speech from a federal court, work on the Ohio situation against the pro-abortion initiative, work regarding some Spanish translations being made for some of our material and scheduling of e-blasts, book ordering of some new books on abortion that are coming out, and also some shopping of an opinion piece that I wrote. At 1 p.m. on Wednesday the 5th, I had a live interview that lasted over an hour, about an hour and 15 minutes, so I had to do that interview for Catholic Online, and then a little bit more work, and then we had an appointment that we had to go to for my mom, my brother and I, and she went into town for a little bit. Came back, had dinner together, and then in the evening I took a little walk and had an administrative conversation with Mark from our administrative team, catching up on a lot of work with him and also checking out staff end-of-day updates that I was getting in my emails. Then on Thursday the 6th is when I flew back to Florida, so I had a very early flight, left the house at about 4:15 in the morning, went to the local Westchester airport and flew back to Orlando. Lots of work while on at the airport, on the plane, and on the car ride back to the office, phone calls, and also work on the following things: approvals for some appeal letters going out, work in promoting the Legacy of Life book that is coming out in these days, preparation of a special letter to our higher donors, and approval for some email blasts going out. My note from the pastoral director and my role as director of the Silent No More campaign, pastoral director, we send out a special note each month. I got that finalized and also looked at some proposals for our new brochure about our broadcast programs. Once I got back to the office, settled in, and then had an extensive meeting with our executive director and with Mark of our administrative team. Lots of planning to be done and that we tackled. Then I also had work in after lunch in the studio, did a special spot for a President Trump rally taking place the next day, and that will be played during the coverage of that, and then also taped one of my TV programs and did some other work together with staff and administration in the rest of the day, and quiet work in my office at night. So that was Thursday, July the 6th. That's what I did from July 2nd to 6th. No surprises, and I hope your work for the unborn is going well also. Let's continue working hard together to bring an end to this Holocaust of abortion. Thanks for watching. God bless.